Hi, welcome to Breaking News again. So this is video 2 for June 6, 2023. The current time is 7:35 p.m. Here having coffee today, but we're going to go over the Miranda laws. If you guys are currently dealing with gang stalking, which is also community stalking, if you have not checked up on the latest video for gang stalking, make sure you backtrack our latest content from the spring and summer season so far, and also earlier and later last year's videos. Um, on gang stalking, I covered a lot of different personal details, but also a lot of legal details and things of that nature, and shared some tidbits, especially our last video, which was the breaking news dealing with Joe Biden and several other people of the president candidate here in candidacy, and from the past to now, and the whole agenda plot. He is a perfect example of gang stalking. Most presidents are in prime ministers and people in political seats. Normally, they're going to be Democratic, some Republican, especially if they are Christian, Muslim, or Jewish, or Hebrew, or spiritual, or some type of free thinker. There's normally, which most Democratic presidents or independent presidents, which we're set to have one maybe in the near future. A lot more, a lot of things are changing, which are going to be more so, which is going to be more so. You're going to see less of the Republican, Democrat, and Independent platform labels, and we're going to actually be morphing into something different. We're going to talk about that in a later breaking news. Also, here, if you are currently going through gang stalking, you're going to recite something, especially if you have internal devices being hacked. You're hearing voices. Sometimes they are sending through the Church of Satan and other different Luciferian and also Vatican and demonic church seances and also rituals and things that they do year round throughout the season. Especially we have Lionsgate coming up. We're going to also do a video on Lionsgate, how to prepare for it. I have to actually film this particular one because I need to show you step by step what to do. And I did a previous video on this earlier. But back to today's subject. Today we're going to describe and also display what to do when you have hovering spirits or gang stalkers through technology devices, creating the technical spirit or GMO technology based spirit or hovering energies with voice to skull and several other psychedelic and also sexual harassment devices and things of that nature. This is all criminal. This is considered community stalking, better known as gang stalking, when they pretty much target a person who becomes a victim or survivor of community stalking or gang stalking, as it is called. With this terminology being said, you are not a technically they're using the term targeted individual as test subject. That is code. They speak in codes and things to decode you. They use technology to decode the cell in the body and other forms of your lifestyle. They take your happy lifestyle and turn it into complete, uh, a complete dramatic mess where the victim ends up tarnished and destroyed and belittled and also just distraught. Or they get the victim to commit suicide. So if you're similar to me, how I have actual spiritual gifts and abilities, they do come after people who are very high vibrational and have a certain backing as far as lineage and bloodline, especially if you're from Atlantis, Egypt, uh, different type of African, Asian bloodlines and sacred bloodlines of India, Asia, Africa, the natives and tribes of South and North America, and also the islander tribes and natives as well. So we have all this here. Also, with this being here, what you're gonna do if you know you are hearing people and things through devices, if they're especially, I know we deal with more so with the spiritual aspect of everything. We deal with the metaphysical healing and also our magical metaphysical practice and study I normally teach over on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and several other platforms. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe, especially for the upcoming content, and also check out the past content as well with the Goddess Complex LLC on all social medias. No, we deal with the magical side, we deal with the spirituality side of things because that is one piece of why most people are getting gang stalked. So if you're ever getting gang stalked, make sure you're reciting everything. Of course, you're going to do your police reports, you're going to change your passports, you're going to do your VPNs and your LifeLock and all those other additional things. Well, more so VPN, we're going to get into LifeLock and also the alleged agenda with that as well at a later date. Also, you're gonna be, of course, doing your police reports, cleansing your house spiritually, and also holistically. Also, you're also going to be making sure you're, keeping your devices clean, physically and also digitally, as well. Making sure people are not hacking and encrypting your devices like your computer, smartphone, tablets, and several other additional things like your television and other devices in your home that are on a Wi-Fi or a technical or electrical bedding or wiring as well. So turn your power off sometimes. Turn your power off sometime. If you can drain the whole house of energy every night or things of that nature, keeping one light on or something of that nature, just if spiritually, that's good luck to find your way home when you astral project or having a candle flame for protection as well. Safely, of course, I'm not responsible for any tragedies such as home fires and etc. Use at your own at your leisure, with the advice and tips and things that I am giving you. What you're gonna do? You're gonna if you have people in your energy, of course, you take care of the spiritual and the physical and things to elevate the mental. What you're going to do is read something called the Miranda rights. You should have learned this in school if you're an adulting. If you are younger and you have not discovered this in your educational system just yet, you can always use Google or visit your local library to actually research the Miranda rights laws and how they form. Just to give you a tidbit, according to Wikipedia.com or .org rather, the Miranda warning rights were established following the 1966 Miranda versus Arizona Supreme Court decision, which found that the Fifth and Sixth Amendment rights of Ernesto Aruto Miranda had been violated during his arrest and trial for armed robbery, kidnapping, and rape of a young woman. These particular rights have to be read before, I warned you, before a police officer can actually apprehend you and arrest you. Without stating these rights, you have of course, free right to a lawyer, but also a free right to a trial in which the officer can be punished, and also the legal department system and court system as well. And also that goes against, of course, the United States if you're here in the United States. Um, the Miranda rights read as such, and you can learn this as well. I always mess up one little piece, but you can always practice as well. When you're standing at home or even on your device, you're going to record this as physical and digital property record to put on social media as a public notice. Which I'm going to read this for my gang stalkers and also community stalkers, the people who are currently gang stalking me and my family and loved ones and those who serve the higher and greater good. And also these people, some of these people here, especially here in Memphis, Tennessee, the United States, and also overseas. So we have family all over who are being targeted and gang stalked because of our bloodline, and also other additional things such as attacks on us spiritually because we are spiritually gifted and high vibrational happy people. I'm going to read you your rights as such. You can't read these rights if you're going to make a citizen's arrest. Please read these rights. You don't have to, even though you are not a traditional clothed officer or undercover officer. You can read these rights aloud, just for to state that, and the officer will state it again to my. Of course, they have to by law, but to make a citizen's arrest, don't forget this part. Um, this is a common use version for the Miranda warning. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you. If you decide to answer questions now without an attorney present, you will still have the right to stop answering at any time until you talk to an attorney. Do you understand the rights I have just read to you? With these rights in mind, do you wish to speak to me? That is considered the waiver. The last two lines have to be spoken along with the actual first five lines of the Miranda warning. When you have this, you have to speak this. And the officer, if for any future references, if you are ever pulled over by the police, they have to read you your Miranda rights before they put you in the back, before they put the cuffs on you and put you in the back of the patrol car. They are not allowed to arrest you without stating those rights. They are only allowed to arrest you um, with while reading those rights, especially unless it is an emergency situation or a violent situation, rather. Also, also, they have to read you these rights before they can put handcuffs on you or is deemed unlawful. And basically, you're going to get off scot free. By law, they have to read that to cover themselves. By law, to ensure, just in case you are guilty, you have to go to prison. Stating this out loud can be used, and also you can write these things down as a petition to the universe to help bring justice. Of course, a blue candle, yellow, red, any kind of justice candle. If it is heinous, if you think dark satanic energy is going to be more so a black candle along with the blue, yellow, or orange candles, and sometimes red. And you can use a white candle and things of that nature, something universal. If it's just, I would say, a universal thing to use because it's more than one issue. And of course, a brown candle, brown, orange, and yellow and blue. Of course, royal blue and yellow are ideal, but a brown candle with the Miranda rights is very great, especially if you're going to an actual court law, like you have an actual case um, that's coming in. Here you're gonna read this out loud at home until your gang stalkers understand. You can read this at work. I will record it and play it, stating your name, city, state, and county, country, and things of that nature. You can also petition this on your petition paper, which is brown paper, bag paper, newspaper, or white paper, or even some type of specialty stationary paper for you, and you can write it down. They normally give these out at the police department or any type of legal office, especially if you have someone there, or you can print it out, laminate it, and actually put that in your car along with several other documents just in case you are pulled over or you do need to make a citizen's arrest. So this has been Brittany from the Goddess Complex LLC here, and that's just a little tidbit about the Miranda warning laws and different things of that nature and why they're stated and how they can actually stop gang stalkers. You can make a citizen's arrest once you state the Miranda rights. You can reform them and let them know that I'm making a citizen's arrest. You're under arrest. Boom, boom, boom. You have to immediately call the police department. All right, you have to immediately call the police department. But saying it out loud and also saying that a couple times in front of your candle can provide justice as well. So there's a magical form for it, a spiritual form, metaphysical, and also a actual legal form, and that covers you. If you don't know that a police officer they can't just up and arrest you. They have to check your ID. They have to check several other different things. They also have to read you the Miranda warning law rights and things of that nature. They have to read you your rights. Also, they have to read you. Especially the last part, just in case you say anything, it has to be law abiding for everything to stick to them. If not, they can be disbarred as a police officer or sheriff officer. They can be demoted or fired because that goes against government law. Miranda versus Arizona state laws and justice system. All right, so this has been Brittany from the Goddess Complex LLC. Thank you guys for listening to Breaking News. And this has been a brief discussion about the Miranda laws. Maybe in the future we'll kind of go back down the line on how this ties into other things in addition to gang stalking. And I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Please make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. And stay tuned for all the beautiful content that's coming this summer. It's a super summer for us, and also it's a legal and justice field summer ahead of us, and also justice field a lifetime actually. We're going to get into what to use to combat and actually bring in justice in our next candle session. All right. The candle series will return along with Hollywood Shuffle and several other additional things. We're going to look at a lot of different things, and as they kind of flow to me, we'll make content and video. But this one I had to make sure I kind of threw in with the other breaking news video, which you can actually go back and check that out. But make sure you like, follow, subscribe. The Goddess Complex LLC, especially here on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and several other additional places as well. I love you, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Enjoy your week.